Hi. So I wanted to just kind of document everything that's been going on with me and my health. And I just wanted to make sure that I have all of the dates saved and kind of a video journal of me telling you how it started and how it's going. So on September the 1st, I went in for a mammogram. And just to give you a little bit of backstory, last year when I went in for my mammogram, they saw that my lymph nodes were enlarged, and they did an ultrasound on them, on my underarms, and they kind of just concluded at that point that they thought it was from the COVID vaccination and that it had kind of just been sitting in my lymph nodes and that it would probably just go away by, a couple of months or something like that. So this year, when I went in for my mammogram, they also wanted to do another ultrasound to make sure that the lymph nodes had gone down, and they had not. At that point, the radiologist wanted to do a biopsy. He actually wanted to do it that day, just to make sure that it was nothing. He thought it was nothing. He thought it was just maybe some inflammation, but he just wanted to be cautious about it and make sure. So he did a biopsy on my underarm. They took the largest lymph node. They did what's called a poke biopsy. So it's kind of like a small straw. They poke it into your lymph node, and then they kind of put a wire with a little clipper thing down that, and then they get the tissue from there. So a full week later, we got results that the biopsy came back, and it was positive for cancer. And our worlds were just tossed upside down. Honestly, like I just still can't wrap my head around the fact that I have cancer. So preliminary diagnosis was I have follicular non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. It's a pretty indolent cancer, which means it's a slow-growing cancer. But they wanted to make sure that it hadn't spread anywhere else, and that that I didn't have it anywhere else, basically. So on the 14th of September, I had a PET scan. PET scan was very interesting. They inject you with radioactive sugar, which is, you don't feel anything weird, but it's just kind of strange that you've got radioactive sugar going through your blood and your body. And so, yes, so I did that, and then I saw the oncologist on the 20th of September, and he went over the PET scan results with me. And the great news is that there was no cancer found anywhere else. The not so good, and it's not bad news, but the not so good news is that I definitely have the follicular non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. So basically it's in my neck, it's in my underarms, it's in my groin. And at that point they found a fairly large spot in my groin, a fairly large lymph node, I should say, in my groin, and it's like much brighter than the rest of the cancer in my body. So they wanted to make sure to biopsy that and make sure that that also was a slow growing cancer. And so since then I got results back that I think it was that week. But yeah, it was on the 7th that I got results back, 7th of October, saying yes, it's the same slow growing indolent cancer that I have in my underarms. And so my next appointment is this week on Thursday, October the 20th, to see Dr. Schwartz. He's my oncologist over at Kaiser. The last time I saw Dr. Schwartz, he did say that if the biopsy came back that it was the same as my underarm, that is in my groin, that they would probably just take a watch and see approach, which honestly leaves me a little nervous, because I just feel like a ticking time bomb kind of, I have cancer and I'm not doing anything about it. Same token, I don't really want to go through any kind of treatment. Chemo and radiation just destroy your body. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what he has for me, and if there are any other alternative treatments or maybe some trial tests or something like that I can get into. Meanwhile, I have changed my diet. not completely, but I have changed my diet a good amount. I've started drinking some smoothies that have like superfoods in them, like kale and cauliflower and pumpkin seeds and just great avocado, stuff like that. Just great things that are good for my body. Just drinking a lot of water without any kind of like flavoring or anything like that. Trying to be as low on sugar and carbs as I can. And started taking some really amazing supplements suggested to me by Lindsay Zabak, suggested to her from a doctor at the Mayo Clinic. So they're like just chock full of like vitamins and stuff like that. The great news is I'm not sick. Like I didn't go in saying like, I don't feel well, something's going on. I'm not sick. I don't have any of the symptoms. And my blood work that came back doesn't even like indicate that I have cancer. So this is really good news, right? So basically, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, the follicular non-Hodgkin's lymphoma is a cancer of the blood. So it's something that I'll have forever. Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma actually attacks the white blood cells at a mature age versus like leukemia. Leukemia attacks the white blood cells at a young age, early in development. So I'm told that if you're diagnosed with cancer, with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, that it's like if you had to have a cancer, this is the best cancer to have. So I am blessed. I have an amazing family. My husband is amazing. My boys are amazing. Their support system, the rest of my friends and family, they've all been amazing and have vowed to be on this journey with me, which, could get rocky at some point. So I will get back on here after my appointment with Dr. Schwartz on the 20th and just let you know how things are going. All right. Thanks for now. Keep me in your prayers.